Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Memorial Stadium in Bloomington, Indiana, home of the Indiana Hoosiers. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Indiana Hoosiers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. On the move from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will be first on the attack. And you've got to believe this defense has put in extra time to try to slow down this tight end, David. But the question, can they even stop him?
It's one thing to watch it. It's another thing to stop it. And just impressed with the way they move him around. They use him. Sometimes he blocks. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. Sometimes he's a lineman. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. So tough to figure out where he's going to be to double team him. But I bet he's got the attention of this defense, Jesse.
He does for sure. And because of that, David, I think it's going to open up some opportunities for maybe some of the other guys out wide. If you've got 2 guys covering the tight end as a quarterback, you've got to be ready to throw the football somewhere else sometimes. And so you might see a little bit more balance in the passing attack today.
The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
These are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season, and these teams obviously are both fit.
Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Gets it past the marker. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on first down. Showing the arm strength down the left side. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. The Buckeyes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking for room, it's Peoples. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll come to the line for the 8th snap on this opening drive, facing a 3rd and short. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He's stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
What a start by this defense. That is exactly what you need, man. They've been a little bit hit or miss. They've been a little bit up and down. But to start the game on a high note, get the good mojo going, great start for this defense.
Wants to throw. It's Mendoza. He's got his man. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. They'll leave it with him. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Hoosiers are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. In the gun, looking to throw on third down. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. And the Hoosiers will bring the punt team onto the field.
And that is how you silence this raucous crowd. Defensively on the road. First drive of the game, setting the tone, getting a huge sack on third down.
Spins away from the defense. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. Great place to start for this offense. Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Well, I love the job by the offensive line, getting a good push there on second down, and you see guys bleeding into the second level of the defense getting a hat-on-hat to go get that first.
Quarterback on the keeper. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3. And the Buckeyes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Now he's looking to throw it. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. They put the first points on the board.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He'll pull it on the read. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. Now facing a 3rd and long. Scanning the field, it's Mendoza. The sure hands, it's Cooper. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. The Hoosiers have this offense rolling. To the air on first down. Soft spot in the middle. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. Let's see how successful they'll be on 1st and 10. Out of the gun to give to the back. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short. And the Hoosiers have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. The handoff as they run the counter play here. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
Well, the offense didn't have the result they wanted on that first drive, having to punt, but they're having a lot more success here on the second drive. They're having some balance, and they're getting a rhythm. I think a big part of that is their ability to run the football. Very, very important to them, and doing a nice job on that last play, picking up the first down.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Under fire. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Indiana! Looking for the tie with the extra point. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing, for this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
He's got great speed. He is electric in the return game, and that one has the offense set up nicely. They'll start this drive at their own 48. Rides to back and leaves it. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Illegal block.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. The snap sets up to throw. Unloads to the right. It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted.
Man, this defense is dialed and already forced one interception. Had a chance right there to get another one. Everything this offense does so far, they are reading it, breaking on it, and making some plays.
He has an extensive juke library, and he exhausted it and still didn't pick up much.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those five guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those five offensive linemen.
They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a fourth down.
I want to give a shout-out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on third down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Grab near the marker. It's Tate. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got it behind the line. It's Tate. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up. The Buckeyes come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They're looking to throw on second and short. Makes the grab. Oh, he's got some space. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. They'll immediately call timeout. And the Buckeyes are rolling down the field. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. The Buckeyes have it in scoring position on first and goal. He's looking to throw. The screen, he can go. Looking for the end zone. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They just keep firing. A lets it fly. Intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent. He's making bad decisions.
A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Makes the catch. It's Tracy. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. All right, guys, let's talk a little Indiana. They've climbed into the top 15, reached a little bit of a checkpoint, haven't they? Playoff is 12 teams. But it's right about this range if people start tuning in to see what you can do, to see if you're the real deal. Isn't that right, David?
Yeah, and cheering against you, right? A lot of times because their teams are doing well or competing with you. But let's see if the squad can build on the momentum. Starting to get some momentum, some love now, Jesse. How do they handle that?
I'm excited to see how this team is going to finish, too, because we know they've got talent. They've got guys that can take the game over. The question I have now moving forward, can they do it on the biggest stages? And today, it's about as big as it gets.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. To the air. It's Mendoza. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. Takes it the other way. The 30. The 10. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6. Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points, and now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
Indiana sends the offense onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Back to pass. Going for the big play. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack. Down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
And after the quarterback and receiver couldn't connect, this offense faces 3rd down. They'll run play action. Looking to the big tight end. Another incompletion on third down.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. Third down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Looking for a man, it's Mendoza. Makes the grab, it's Tracy. Gets it out to about the 35-yard line. That's where they'll mark him out of bounds in this offense trying to put something together. He'll keep it himself. Got the first down, looking for more. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. Line gets set, first down. The corners are walked up tight. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And it's amazing that they're only trailing by a couple of points in this game because they've turned it over a couple times and they've been sacked a couple times right now. They have no rhythm on offense right now. You have got to give the defense tons of credit. They are dominating in the trenches. That's the big story so far.
They'll give it to the back. Turning it on. Fouls through the defense. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
A lot of times defenses blitz to stop the run. This very play right here, blitz the linebacker, but man, the offense did a great job. Everybody understood what they saw. Running back understood. Pick up a nice positive gain when they were trying to get a blitz and maybe create a tackle for a loss.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Caught near the sticks. It's Tuggle. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. The Hoosiers look to keep this drive humming. Looking to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Backed up now. Here's second and long. To the air, it's Mendoza. Makes the grab. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. Nothing but green grass down the middle. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Hoosiers!
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. And it seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with a big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
When linebackers blitz, not only do they have to be able to beat offensive linemen, but they're going to have to beat running backs and tight ends. You've got to have moves in your repertoire, and that linebacker showed that there.
Shoots it to the left. Hauls it in. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And you know the line they kick around at Ohio State, Woody Hayes, forward pass, 2 of the 3 things that can happen are bad. Woody had dudes like this, he'd be spinning that magic bean all over this place.
You ain't lying. My, how times have changed. Now it is pass, pass, pass. Find explosive playmakers like this on the outside. Get them the football.
Going to swing it on second down. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
But for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job executing up front at the point of attack.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. It's caught. They stop him right at the 40-yard line. It's 4th down. Will they bring out the punt team?
Well, that time on 3rd and long, they just took what the defense gave him. Nothing down the field. They were hoping maybe he could make somebody miss after the catch. Wasn't able to do it, so now it sets up 4th.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. He'll call for the fair catch and make it at the 14, and they'll be backed up to start this drive. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
The offense thought they had a good look to run that play into with the QB, but there's just an example of a defender winning his one-on-one battle and making a tremendous play. Great effort by that guy.
Looking to throw, it's Mendoza. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. The defense calls the timeout. Their second of the day as they try to get their act together. And the Hoosiers will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. He'll return it from around the 50. And the returner will be dragged down. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws to the tight end. Working the big fella downfield and outside. Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20. They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. It's Washington. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Great job by that defender. I mean, he timed that snap count perfectly, got into the backfield, and created the negative play.
The play-action fake. Fires to the middle. Tight end getting vertical. Defense knocks him down immediately after the catch, but now they're facing a goal-to-go situation from the 7. Looking to throw. Big guy smells it. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Got his man on the right. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
Timeout, Ohio State.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Play action. Unleashes to the end zone. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day.
Turnover margin always goes such a long way in deciding who wins the football game. Interception number 3, that is no bueno. Got to take care of the football. Can't keep getting your defense in a bad position, putting them on the field time and time again.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, don't tell me it's a basketball town when we've had a first half like that there in Bloomington. And these 2 defenses have shown uncommon discipline through 2 quarters, especially the D-backs. They've kept to their assignments, covering those receivers like cheap suits. Certainly not the fashionable wardrobe OKC wears here in studio. Anyway, yes, the passing game. Be better. How's that for a breakdown? With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. the Buckeyes will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the...
Brings him to the open. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. The Hoosiers have their offense in high gear.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air, it's Mendoza. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting in those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone, and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there, and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. And the Hoosiers will punt this one away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He makes the fair catch deep in his own end, and I get the criticism, but man, he probably wanted to at least save a few yards in field position. And the Buckeyes backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on first down. Extending the play. He's going to fire to the left. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
So now it's 2nd and long. Off the play fake. On the run, fires downfield. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the first down. This guy makes it look easy, just like a lot of recent Ohio State quarterbacks have.
Man, you can set your watch by these guys. I mean, whether it's C.J. Stroud, Justin Fields, I mean, we can keep going back year after year. They always got a really good signal caller that you can really depend on to make big plays. First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting.
There he goes. Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a gap. It's Peoples. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to the ground game on the left. Got enough for the first down and wants more. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
How about the left side of the line, getting off the ball, creating some holes for that running back to get through, make a big play on the handoff to the left.
When something works that well, you might as well go right back to it. I mean, they showed no indication that they could stop it.
I like to go back to it and hurry up. Get to the line of scrimmage quick, run it again.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
Now the play fake. Skips away from pressure. Deep shot for the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Man, what a finish we could have. Tie game, 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. Pocket breaking down. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. And how about this Buckeye defense? This is not all flash and score around here these days.
And when you've seen Ohio State really be great and make those playoff runs, you always pick out those big defensive linemen that can...
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. The Hoosiers line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. At midfield, trying to turn it upfield. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Leaves it with the back. Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29. They're within field goal range at the 29. Let's see if they can pick up a few or the first down on 3rd and long. Trying play action. Got out of trouble and throws. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive.
And we know turnover margin is a huge part of winning ball games. Interception number 2. This quarterback has to do a better job taking care of the football. Don't force it. Take the high completion percentage stuff. Don't always try to go for the big play.
Looking downfield, it's Mendoza. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, they'll go to the air. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. The give to the tailback. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3. And the Hoosiers will send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. And the returner is stopped. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. They'll move the tight end. Gonna run it. It's Washington. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Handoff to the lone back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They'll run play action. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it's picked off for the third time today. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. The goalpost breathing down their neck as they're backed up in their own end, starting the drive from their own one. From the gun, the ground game. Had nowhere to go, couldn't get it out of the end zone. He'll take the safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
And they'll set up for the free kick from their own 20. Slithers into space. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out.
State offense will take over. First and 10.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. It's complete to the left. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
Brings up second down.
2 running backs alongside the quarterback. Back to throw, it's Reed. And the heat was all over him, and that's the way the third quarter will wrap up with a big sack. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. So we open the final period with a third down play. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth quarter play for this defense. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Man, we needed that so bad. We needed the football. Had to get a stop, forcing a turnover. Best case scenario, offense back on the field, trailing in the fourth quarter. Time to go win it.
Indiana sends the offense onto the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Quick completion on the out.
And this offense has definitely got to take a second right here and understand this is the most important play of the game. It's fourth down. We got to get the first down over the clock and the time running. They got to make sure they get a conversion here.
And it slips just inside that right upright. And now they regain the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the ACC. Florida State is running away with this one right now, and it's kind of felt that way since we saw Chief Osceola and Renegade. They're up by 38 over SMU. It wouldn't be the ACC if there weren't this kind of storyline, guys, and we promise to keep you posted.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Back to throw, it's Reed. Caught in the backfield, it's Peoples. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Caught behind the line. It's Peoples.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that 1st down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
Wants to throw on 1st down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college.
He lobs one high down the left side. He's got it inside the 15. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
Well, this guy already has a touchdown. He almost had a second right there. You saw how good he is after he has the ball in his hands. Great job by the quarterback. A, finding him, B, getting it to him quickly, and then his speed and his God-given ability does the rest. He's got his offense in great field position.
They'll try to get it in with the run. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the ball on 1st down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Looking to throw, it's Reed. Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
Number 13 with the catch and score.
Here comes the 2-point try. Looking to throw. Got the quick pass. Couldn't make his way in. The 2-point conversion fails, and we still have a 5-point game here in the 4th. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain. You can work your way down the field with these wide receiver screens, but also look for the opportunity to turn them into chunk plays later.
No doubt, you throw it quickly. You get it to him now. DB comes up, has to make a tackle. Now you fake it maybe a little bit later on. So these plays, they're not huge plays all the time, but they can set up big plays down the road for your offense.
Gives it to the back on the draw. Once again, finding nowhere to run against this defense. He's knocked down immediately. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. Dropping back, it's Mendoza. Bringing the heat. And the quarterback goes down. There is a penalty flag on the field, but I think the defense might have the option just to take this play. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. The Hoosiers will call on their punt team. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Takes it on the return. And he is knocked down immediately after the catch. That punt coverage team had its hair on fire. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. He'll start this drive firing. Catch in the middle, it's Tate.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Back to pass on second down. Grab near the sticks. It's Smith. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. New set of downs after the completion. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Buckeyes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, he'll throw it. Oh, they're after him. He's going to run it. Took care of it himself. Oh, he's got some space. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
It's the fourth quarter. Every second counts, right? It's a one-possession game. We're chasing the QB. He scrambles around, does such a great job getting positive yards, keeping this drive alive. We need to score badly. We got to keep drives alive like this. Wonderful job.
Got a man. It's Smith. Continues to fight for yards. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the fourth quarter. You got a lead. There's no reason to get conservative. We're a passing offense. Great job on first down. Better job on second down. This offense can...
And the quarterback brought up 2 and sacked at the 12. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to pass, it's Reed. He's moving out of the pocket. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Escapes the sack. He won't have enough for the first down as the defense able to corral him. It'll be fourth down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. So the defense trying to protect the lead, but they could also put a punctuation mark on this thing and end it with a big turnover. They'll start this drive going to the air. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. The junior making a clutch play and turning in a big catch. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. To the air on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
You want to have a lot of success on defense? Make the quarterback feel uncomfortable. This defense has been doing it time and time again, and you can tell.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, the defense hasn't been able to stop this guy all game long, so the offense is going to keep trying to take shots. They thought they had the matchup they wanted, but they're going to force this defense to prove they can stop him, and the defense finally came up with a play.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Barker. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Hoosiers are on the move. Looking downfield, it's Mendoza. Snagged out of the air. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. The Hoosiers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw again. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. And the Hoosiers with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Hoosiers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to go up top. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They were ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads. Hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the 4th quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.